Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kimani Magi and this is Length Retention 101, and in today's episode we are going to talk about the scalp. So the scalp is the most important thing when it comes to our natural hair, our hair, because that's where everything starts. If you don't have a healthy scalp, of course you're going to have a terrible hair journey. So when it comes to the scalp, if it's not healthy, you're going to be experiencing dandruff, flakes, and all sorts of problems when it comes to the scalp. So what happens if the scalp is not healthy? You're not going to get healthy hair growth. You're also going to be getting lots and lots of shedded hair, which is not healthy, because in general we are supposed to be shedding at least 50 to 100 strands of hair per day. It depends. If you start shedding more than that, it means that something is going on in your body. So the main problems when it comes to the scalp is dandruff, itching, flakes, fungus, and these are the most problematic things that I personally experienced. I've experienced flakes, I've experienced dandruff, and there's a point in time where I experienced fungus. So I never really knew how to take care of my scalp, so please don't judge me. It was not my intention to neglect my scalp the way I used to neglect it. When I was growing up, I was taught that I was not supposed to be washing my hair until maybe after a month or even maybe 2 months, and I was told that if the hair is dirty, it grows. Yeah, so at that time I would actually allow my hair to stay like that without washing it for a month or even 2 months. And I remember I would experience lots of dandruffs to a point where I would scratch my scalp so much and I would end up breaking my skin. And when that happens, of course, that's going to be a whole disaster when it comes to your scalp. So I ended up getting scabs on my scalp. I'd end up getting infections on my scalp as well as those fungus. I thank God that I'm able to take care of my scalp, because I realized that if my scalp is not healthy, my hair is not going to grow. So when I first started the hair growth challenge, I was focusing more on stimulating hair growth. So that's when I decided to get to know more about my scalp and how I was going to stimulate my hair growth. Well, I wanted my hair to grow at least 10 times faster than the normal rate, which is impossible, guys. It's not possible for you to make the hair growth rate to go faster. I don't know if there's any product that can do that, but with the experience that I have right now, I don't think there's any product that can do that. And I've never seen a product that does that. There's nothing that can make your hair grow faster. There's just a certain rate that we all have, and it depends on genetics. Like your hair grows half an inch to an inch. That's how your hair is going to grow, no matter what you add on your hair. And if your hair grows maybe 2 inches a month, which is amazing which is amazing for you guys if you grow your hair 2 inches a month, but yeah. Genetics play a big role when it comes to the hair growth rate that you're going to be growing. And that is why you see people like from different lineage, from different ethnics, that like they have different hair growth rates. For me, I'm 100% African, and I'm 100% East African. So of course my hair growth rate is going to be according to my genes. And in my genes, my entire family, like, we grow our hair naturally at least a quarter to half an inch a month. It's something that I ended up accepting along the way, because I really wanted my hair to grow long really fast. So once I came to realize that, I decided that I'm not going to put any pressure on myself, especially when it comes to the rate of my hair growth. So that is something that you guys need to understand, and it's something that I think most of us don't understand, because you know, there's so many products out here which say that this product is going to grow your hair really fast, but technically it's just about the hair growth rate that you have. It's all genetics. Now that's where genetics comes in. So be careful with that narrative of your hair is going to grow fast really quickly, because that's never going to happen. What you need to do is to embrace the normal hair growth rate that you normally have, And from there you can try and make sure that you keep that length. Even if you're growing a quarter inch, you need to make sure that you retain it. And once you start doing that, you're going to notice a huge difference when it comes to your hair. When it comes to the scalp, I personally am very sensitive when it comes to that, because my scalp is sensitive, and I'm not going to try and put anything to it. I decided that I'm not going to be doing too much to it. I'm only going to do what works for my scalp, and if it works for my scalp, I'm going to stick by it forever. I'm not going to change that, or maybe until when I find something else that suits me. I want you guys to visualize your scalp being the soil and the hair being the plant. So if the soil is not healthy, you're not going to see a healthy growing plant. So if you don't take care of the soil, you're not going to have a good plant. And that's the same when it comes to our natural hair. If our scalp is not healthy, you're not going to grow healthy hair. It's very impossible for that to happen. So we need to make sure that our scalp is healthy. And how are we going to do that? One thing that helps in keeping the scalp healthy is making sure that you cleanse your scalp. So the scalp has pores and it needs to breathe. So for that to happen, you need to make sure that you're washing your scalp. You need to cleanse your scalp. And for this to happen, you need to make sure that you're using shampoos that are good for the scalp, that are not harsh, that do not have harsh chemicals. So I'd really advise you guys to avoid sulfates. They have the tendency to dry something out, because now they are going to cleanse everything from your scalp, including the sebum. Sebum comes from the scalp, and the sebum is something that our scalp relies on. So for me, I prefer washing my scalp every 7 to 10 days. And the reason why I go to 10 days is probably if I have a very busy week, I end up extending it to 10 days. Sometimes I can go to 14 days. I try not to go past that, because once I go past that, I'm going to experience lots of itching, dandruff, flakes. It's going to be too much. I try my best to avoid that. And I did try to go past 3 weeks, and it's not something that I want to do again. I see there are people who stay for even a month without washing their scalp, and I salute you guys. If you can stay for a month without washing your scalp, I really salute you, because I personally can't. I've stayed with these braids for 3 weeks now. Actually, today is the end of the third week. So I would have taken them down by week 2, but I decided to stay for 1 more week so that I can see exactly what is going to happen. Well, one thing I noticed is my scalp started getting sensitive during this third week. It started getting sensitive. So there are parts where it is more sensitive than the other parts, especially around this area. It's very sensitive. And there are other parts when I try to put my hair maybe in a bun, or maybe try to style it in a different way, it hurts. So I don't like that. Also, look at this. All this is dirt, and just a lot is going on, and it's just so unhygienic. It's very, very dirty. So this is how my scalp looks like, and I decided to go and buy hair treatment, and this is what I got. This is Sedoso Deep Penetrating Hair Treatment Anti-Itching Formula, and it has tea tree on it. So the reason why I chose this one that has tea tree oil, I want to focus on my scalp. I need to make sure that my scalp is healthy, because I've neglected it for a long time. So I need to make sure that I pamper it. I need to make sure that it's okay, because I don't like the sensitivity that is on my scalp right now. So yeah, so this is the treatment that I'm going to be using tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be my wash day. Bought this scalp scrub so that it can be easier for me to exfoliate my scalp. It's actually really good. I just love how soft it is, because it's actually silicone. So the reason why I decided to just take down the braids was because when I tried using this on my scalp, I ended up getting lots and lots of dandruff. So let me just show you guys the before and after, so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. I know it looks dirty already, it looks terrible, but just look at this. Then once I use this to help lift all that out, you're going to see how much dandruff I'm going to have, and it's already falling off. Just look at this. Look. Now this is the reason why I decided to just take down the braids, so that I can be able to wash my scalp completely. Make sure that I'm able to remove all this dead skin and all this dandruff, all this dirt that I have on my scalp, so that I can be able to have a clean and healthy scalp. So just look at that. All this is a mixture of the dead skin, sebum, dirt, sweat, a mixture of everything, as well as the braiding gel that they use on my scalp, as well as all the oils I've been using on my scalp as well. So I really need to focus on exfoliating that. So I really needed to tell you guys this so that you can be able to understand. So another thing to make sure that your scalp is healthy is you need to make sure that you moisturize your scalp. This is something that I've realized that I fail to do most of the times, and I'm really trying my best to always keep reminding myself that to moisturize my scalp, especially during wash days. When it comes to moisturizing your scalp, is you can use lightweight oils. I've seen people using grease and it works fine for them, and you can also use butters, but you need to make sure that whatever oils and butters that you're using, or the grease that you're using, you need to make sure that it's not going to clog your pores. If it clog your pores, your scalp is not going to breathe, and that's going to cause really bad itching. It's going to cause really bad dandruff. And for you to be able to moisturize your scalp really well, you need to make sure that all these oils are absorbed really well by your scalp. Do not apply then leave it out like that. You need to make sure that you massage your scalp using your fingertips, and this is going to help with melting down all the oils and butters, and for it to be able to get absorbed into your scalp. Another thing that I do to make sure that I moisturize my scalp, especially in between my wash days, is I apply rose water on my scalp. I can apply rose water on my scalp, and this is something that I used to do when I had braids on. I'll take cotton wool, then add rose water to it, then apply it on my scalp, making sure that I'm applying it all over my scalp, and then I finish it off with my moisturizing cream or my shea butter or my oils, whatever it is that I have that is going to work for me. So I've been doing that the entire time I had knotless braids on, and it worked really well for me. My scalp didn't get as itchy as it used to, even if I got the flakes, and which is normal because I got the flakes because those were dead skin cells, and there's no way I would have gotten rid of that. That's something normal for me. It's very normal because now I shed a lot quicker, so I need to make sure that all the dead skin, I'm able to remove them. And it happens with my face as well. I need to make sure that I remove the dead skin from my face. That is why I make sure that I exfoliate my face every 2 to 3 days. And when it comes to my scalp, I make sure that every single wash day I'm exfoliating my scalp. So I've been using the scalp scrub to exfoliate my scalp with it. So I use it when I'm pre-pooing as well as when I'm shampooing my scalp, and afterwards I'm making sure that I'm using that same scalp scrub to massage my scalp in between my wash days. That's another thing that you need to be able to keep your scalp healthy, is to make sure that you massage your scalp at least every other day. For me, I forget to do that every single day because you're supposed to be massaging your scalp every single day, but I try to do it when I remember. So I try massaging my scalp every other day, and I use the scalp scrub, and I gently use it on my scalp, making sure that I'm massaging it really well. This also helps in removing the dead skin, as well as helping with blood circulation on my scalp. And with good blood circulation on your scalp, this is going to help with stimulating hair growth. So that's my cat hitting my tripod, and She's just everywhere. So when it comes to blood circulation, this is going to help with stimulating hair growth. It's going to also help with rejuvenating your cells. Massaging also helps with unclogging the pores. So if you haven't been including scalp massaging in your routine, kindly do, because now this is going to be very beneficial. So those are the three major things that you need to understand when it comes to the scalp. And one thing is make sure that you're cleansing your scalp. Another thing is moisturize your scalp. Then the next thing is to make sure that you're massaging your scalp. This is going to help with stimulating hair growth. Yeah, and it's very simple to do that. It's not as complicated as I thought it was going to be, because at first I used to feel like my scalp is impossible to deal with, and it felt like I cannot even do anything to eat. I would never even allow anyone to apply anything on my scalp, because I thought that whatever it is that they were applying on my scalp was the problem. But afterwards I came to understand that it's because I peel a lot quicker when it comes to my scalp. But I came to realize that whatever it is that I'm applying on my scalp was not the problem. The problem was I did not understand my scalp really well. And once I got to understand my face, my skin, that's how I got to understand my scalp as well. Because now I had to stay for 3 weeks without washing my scalp, and it was a lot, guys. It was so hard for me. I can't even believe I managed to stay for 3 weeks without washing my scalp. But I'm glad I did that, because after I did that, everything made sense. Like, everything made sense and everything was just so clear. I ended up seeing that the flakes were from the dead skin as well as the sebum, because now I produce lots of sebum on my scalp as well. So if I do not massage my scalp, the sebum is just going to stay there, and if it stays there, it's going to mix with the dead skin, and now the dead skin plus the sebum is going to cause lots and lots of dandruff, and my scalp is going to be so itchy, and yeah, it's just going to be a lot. But I came to understand why, and now my scalp is free, my scalp is healthy, and it feels amazing. So even if I see flakes on my scalp, I understand that those are dead skins. And sometimes, I get dry patches. So if I see dry patches, I make sure that I moisturize my scalp. And what I normally do to re-moisturize my scalp is to just apply rose water, or even normal water. You can just use your normal water, and then I apply shea butter on top of it, or I can use argan oil on top of it. I also use my moisturizing cream, which is amazing for my scalp as well. So yeah, that's what I normally do, and the scalp scrub has really done wonders for my scalp, and I really love it. Recommend you guys to get one as well, because it is going to save you, and it's also going to make your work easier, especially when it comes to exfoliating your scalp. And it actually helps with cleaning as well, guys, as well as the massaging, and it feels so good when you're massaging your scalp with it. There are many reasons why you can get flakes and dandruff. One of the reasons is your scalp is dry. Another thing is you're shedding a lot, you have lots of dead skin. Another thing is you probably have lots of products on your scalp. If your scalp is dry and you're experiencing flakes because your scalp is dry, just moisturize your scalp. If you're experiencing flakes because of dead skin, just exfoliate your scalp. If it's because of dandruff, try and avoid using too much product on your scalp, and also try avoiding using heavy products on your scalp, as well as try and cleanse your scalp. So that's it for today's video, guys. Those are the things that I came to learn and understand when it comes to my scalp, and I hope that this information is helpful to each and every one of you. And if you haven't joined me in the length retention challenge, kindly join me. All you need to do is to subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell, so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.